Well, good morning. It's 11 o'clock on Tuesday the 8th. Is this the 8th?
Ninth.
The 9th. It's the 9th, Katie. My goodness.
We lost a day.
Yeah, we lost a day. Of course, that's because we had such a long July 4th break from last week. And anyway, I'm David McPherson and I'm with Katie Blocker. And Katie looks after all of our teammates here. My teammates looks after all of our transactions, isn't that right?
Yeah. So I handle all the paperwork, the contracts here in the office.
And keeps us social butterfly realtors all in check and make sure that our clients are getting the best service possible. So anyway, we'd like to talk a little bit about a few things, and probably the number one thing is that we hope you're all staying cool. Mm-hmm. It is extremely hot, and it was all through the 4th and through the weekend. We had a big event here in our Lake of the Woods community on Saturday, and our team, the Licata group, was very happy to be there. And Katie's sneaking these cool little fans that we had. And I'm gonna put not just a plug in for Licata here, but we've participated in the parade now for a number of years, and we're in this third staging group, so we end up coming along towards the end of the parade, 2 hours, and we had a lot of people say, "Oh, you guys have got fans. You should be right up front in the first group so that we can have these." So we're going to put in a request and a plug that maybe we move up a little bit in the line so that we can hand these out to the people that are sitting rather hot around the parade route and get them. You heard that from a couple of people as well, didn't you?
Several people commented, but the fans were a big hit. I think we gave away probably over 1,000, didn't we?
I know. I think
or close to it.
Yeah, I think we ordered 1,000, and I think we gave away almost every single one of them by the time we got to the clubhouse parking lot. So, but yes, the parade itself was great. It was well attended, and then the events of the rest of the day at the lake were super. We weren't out showing houses, although we could have been, but it was a slower day for us in real estate activities, but lots going on. And we had, as usual, a fabulous fireworks display around about 9:15 at night on Saturday night, the 6th. And that was very well attended. The ski show was also well attended. I saw that. There's a lot of great folks, and it's one of the few times in the year where you see the ski jump being used by the teams. And it's great to see both the young and some of the older folks out there on skis on the lake. So, yes. Anything else going on? You attended some stuff in Culpeper for the 4th. Was that actually on the 4th or the 5th? Was it fireworks?
They had fireworks. Yeah, they do a nice display there too.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a hot weekend. It's still a hot week. We're hoping we're going to get a break in the weather. But we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. So a couple other things, actually, right now, because we probably have a few participants listening into us now, we'd like to announce that, I think we've talked about this before, but Licata has Fred Nats tickets at the relatively new stadium, and it's a great place to see a ball game because you don't have to deal with crowds of parkers and walking long distances and so on, and it's a super place to take the kids, the grandkids, or whatever. And we've been offering up tickets, and we've got 2 tickets. What's it for, Katie?
So these 2 tickets are for Thursday, August 8th, 7:05 p.m. is the game start. The Fred Nats are taking on the Carolina Mudcats. So we have 2 tickets available to whoever comments first.
Yeah, so please, in your comments, say something nice. Don't comment negatively, please, but say something nice, and we'll get back in touch.
We'll throw in 2 fans.
Yeah, you'll get 2 fans and 2 tickets, and the seats that we have are in a shady area. So even when the sun is still setting, and it's not setting nowadays till about 9 o'clock, these seats are in a great position within the park. and you can stay in a little bit of shade there, and then you can also wave the Licata fans.
Yeah, maybe we'll throw in a beach ball.
There we go. There we go.
Really hit the jackpot.
Katie's going to talk a little bit about some of the changes, because one of the things that we mentioned before, our whole team here at Licata, we do feel like we're all full-time agents, first of all, and we do feel like we are students of the market. And this year has seen quite a lot of changes in the market, and real estate has got into the national news almost much as the political side of the world this year. And so there's been some changes going on in some of the contract, some of the legal language, some of the forms, and so on. And while we as realtors are out there working with clients and helping people sell their houses, and also working with buyers that are trying to find houses, it's not always the easiest thing to stay on top of all of these. So Katie here has been, well, you tell you, because you've been taking the classes and stuff like that, and then Katie not only teaches us, but then she also keeps all our T's crossed and I's dotted when it comes to the forms and things that make sure we don't make mistakes when it comes to helping our clients.
Yeah, so our forms typically change in January or July of every year if there are changes to be made. And with all of the recent changes in the industry and news you may have heard, 3 of the biggest contracts we work off of are listing agreement contracts, our residential sales contract that would be between the buyer and the seller, and our exclusive right to represent our buyers have all changed. So we are always on top of the updates as soon as they happen, and I personally have taken several classes and webinars to understand the changes and be able to help explain them to our clients. So
yeah, it's it takes a certain type of person that can learn these things. Now, as real estate agents, we have to know these changes ourselves, because we are asking you as a buyer or a seller to understand them fully. And so it really helps that we work as a team, we educate each other. We have someone like Katie with a lot of years of experience in real estate and in the transactional side of the business to be able to make sure that we stay on top of these things. We're not going to go into the individual changes just now, but those 3 documents are the 3 pillars of what we work with day in, day out with our buyers and our sellers. And we've been getting a lot of questions, even when we are taking listing appointments or we're working with new buyers. But what do all these changes mean to me, and how's this going to work? And you can be sure that we have studied, we know what's going on, we're educated. And please feel free to ask any of our team. You know where we are. We're right next door to the CVS and Food Lion here in Goodman Plaza, Lake of the Woods. Stop by the office, call the office, and ask us any questions you want. We feel confident that we're out in front of what's going on with the changes and some of the things that are coming in. I believe August. There's a date in August, which I can't remember the date, that things will actually become required in law. So
Sure, and as far as the contract changes, those went into effect July 1, and we have already updated all of our systems to reflect the new contracts.
Yeah, so we can still act as quickly as we've always done, and we do like to act quickly. We like to act in Amazon Prime speed and get things done fast for our clients, so we're not messing around. And for us, and this is again for me personally, but for all the agents, it's so much better if you submit an offer as you're representing a buyer where the offer contract is correct right from the start.
Yeah,
I know when I'm on the other side and I'm a listing agent and I receive an offer and I can see mistakes all the way through it. It just means that it's just, even if the offer is a good one, it's just going to be a little more complex to get it ratified.
We like to keep everything neat and orderly. Exactly. Do it right the first time.
And the same applies on the listing side. We want to provide any agents that are looking at our homes as much information. One of the things we do that some other brokerages don't do is, but we actually add in a document that helps a buyer and a buyer's agent in filling in their offer to submit. We actually give them a lot of information that might help them with that. So it's a key factor of what we believe the Licata Group brings to the clients. that's it for the transactional side. The last thing I want to talk about, and again, this week we're a little bit focused around Lake of the Woods primarily, and of course that's not just our market because myself, I've done a couple of sales up in the Northern Virginia in the last few months. We've got sales going on in Stafford, Culpeper, Spotsylvania, around Licata. So we've got our team working across all these markets, so it's not just Lake of the Woods. But every time I do take some folks out in the lake, and I'm driving them around, showing them the golf clubs, showing them the lake, showing them the pickleball and the various facilities, I am often asked, I like to walk, or I like to cycle, or I notice you don't actually have any sidewalks in the community. So are there any walking trails? And here is something that we have, which anybody's welcome to again stop by the office and pick up. But this is a walking trail map of all the walking trails. There's almost 15 of them in Lake of the Woods, and I think, did you do a quick calculation on the total mileage?
Yeah, so the total mileage is about 30 miles. So if you were to do all of them.
Right, and I think that the Lakeview Parkway itself is our beltway around the lake is only about 6.5 miles. So yeah, within the whole community. And one of my favorite ones that I like to talk about is when you go to the parking lot at the church, which is here. There's one that goes off into the Wilderness Battlefield Park, which is a really nice trail. It goes all the way over almost to Constitution Highway. But that is one that a lot of people like to walk and take the dogs and stuff like that on. But there's a lot of other trails around. And of course, when the golf course is closed, the hours that it's closed, whether that's during the winter months or closed in the evening, or if you're an early morning walker, you are permitted to walk on the cart paths in the golf course. So again, it's it's safe as long as there's no golfers out there hitting balls. But that's another trail that you're able to use. So yeah, so I've often had that asked of me, and I've never really had the knowledge about the trails. I've known a lot about the other amenities, but not the trail walking in Lake of the Woods. So again, we've got lots of these at the office if anybody wants to stop by and pick one up. So
it's a little warm for walking tours this week, though.
So
maybe tell us about our boat tours.
Oh yes.
It's a great time to see the lake by boat.
It is a great time to see the lake by boat, and 3 of our team members here, myself included, John and Pat and Keith and Carrie, we all have boats on the main lake, and we love to pick up folks usually at the clubhouse dock and take them out, and we can do as fast as 30 minutes, 45 minutes we can get around the lake, or if we go into some of the coves and we show some of the actual homes in a little more detail, 45 minutes to an hour is a nice quick run around the lake, and it really is a nice way to see the waterfront properties. And I tell people all the time, you may not be a waterfront buyer, but still you're going to have the use of all these beaches, which we can see from the lake. You're going to have the ability to use the coves. You may keep a little boat or a jet ski or something in your driveway and just come and pop it in at one of the 2 public launches. And just go out and enjoy the lake. So it's a great way to see the lake, even if you're not actually going to be buying a waterfront property, but you're going to be in the community in back around the golf course or in some other part. So yeah, we're open for that all the time. Please reach out again and say that that's what you'd like to do, and we would be delighted to take you. And it is definitely a little cooler once you get a little bit of breeze coming off the water, and then we move the boat a little bit. It's definitely it's a great way to take a tour at the moment.
Yeah.
So anything else, Katie, that I forgot?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered everything. So don't forget, we have these tickets just waiting to find a home.
So you look at your calendars, folks. It's August
Thursday, August 8th.
Yeah, Thursday, August 8th. It's 7 o'clock. It's great to get there early. And you can even get over to Central Park area and grab a bite to eat before you go to the game. But there is obviously your usual hot dogs and beers and stuff like that at the game, which is great fun. So we thank you all for spending 10 minutes or so with us today. And we will be back again with another couple of our colleagues on next Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Take care.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.